Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to a love reading for July 2024. It's Rena here. Did I say love reading? I mean specifically a relationship reading. So these are for people that are in relationships that are seeing some kind of conflict arise. And, maybe you can receive some kind of, I don't know, synchronistic message that helps you to make a decision that you might have to make or to confirm something that you have already thought about what's going on. The heart of the matter is the Page of Wands, which is really a card of good news. This is actually a very positive card. Sometimes it can indicate new dealings with maybe somebody who's in a fire sign. So it might be the initial stages. So when I say relationship, it can be, doesn't have to be that you're married or living with that person. It might be like something new, but where you're dealing with them, not just like a one-time shot, let's put it that way, where you're dealing with them on a regular basis. So with wands being fire, it could be like an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or it just might be that the person, and it could be like their rising sign, and that's what attracted you, not necessarily their sun sign. But the point is that it could be hot and heavy. I mean, when I think of wands and love, I think of almost like a fling, but maybe it's like almost like a, you could call it a relationship, but it's a sexual relationship. It might be based, that's like really where it's at. So whether it's actual love, you might not be quite sure about it. In the past position, we have the moon card. So for sure, this is Pisces. This is connected to Pisces. The moon in astrology rules Cancer. So I would say either one of those, or it might be a timing card of when you met this person. Maybe it was the last full moon. Who knows? But the point is, the moon can represent that some kind of deception. Usually with the moon card, a person's like, I know that something's happening. I just know it. I can just feel it in my bones. But you can't ever catch the person. So let's say it's cheating or something like that. Now, one of the first things that came into my mind, which I'm not going to reject because I'm analytical, because my moon is in Virgo, I'm going to just go with it, is I was thinking of if you're with someone who all of a sudden is cheerful, is excited about life, but that isn't their typical way of behaving. And I was going to say, yeah, like if it's a Capricorn and they're very serious and now they're kind of whistling and they just seem like really chipper. It might be, they say that that's one of the signs of cheating. They'd start dressing nicer, wearing cologne or perfume or whatever. So the Page of Wands could be that kind of new behavior based on maybe they're talking to somebody. It might not be that they're actually doing anything physical, but they might be talking to someone. That's another possibility. And it might be that you have met this person. The higher message is the Four of Swords. So like, if that is the case, it is suggesting that clearing your head might be something to think about. And let's say somebody's married. Sometimes I'm assuming that's why people get legally separated when they're married, because they want to be able to have a little bit of space from that person so they can really think things out. Because when you're under the same roof with a person, even if you're giving each other the silent treatment, it still, impacts the way that you can function because they're right there. So it's like it's very uncomfortable to be under the same roof with somebody that you're angry at, or that you just don't feel safe with, because you feel like they're cheating on me, that's messing with my mind, um and all of that stuff. And of course, we have to say that Taurus is a possessive sign. So talk about messing with your mind, that would really do the trick. What crosses you is the Emperor. This card supposedly is connected to Aries, so that's one of the fire signs, of course. And this could be saying that this person is, maybe they're having a lot of chaos in their life, so they're acting out. So, for instance, not to pick on men, but let's say a man is having an affair on a woman. The woman may take that as a sign that she is unattractive. And let's say they're both middle-aged. Let's say they're around 50 years old, which is when you have your first Chiron return, by the way. So there's already a little bit of, there might be some sensitivity there, kind of like a Saturn, your second Saturn return. So this idea is that the man might be feeling like he's not virile anymore, and the woman might be feeling like she's not sexy anymore, and she's taking what he's doing as an indictment of her, when in fact it just talks about him. It's all about the person who's cheating, up to a point, because maybe the other person is behaving badly in the relationship. That's for sure. I'm not like completely against cheaters, because I think that some people have a hard time asking for what they need, and they're in really crappy relationships. And they just allow this to run its course, and then they end up cheating because they're kind of just looking for somebody to care about them. But they don't have the wherewithal to just confront that person directly and ask for a divorce. Or if they're not married, just to say, look, I don't want to be in this anymore. And the other person could be very abusive, emotionally abusive. I feel like, okay, if this is the other person, fine. But I feel, because this card represents having your life in order, is that you may be, regardless if you're the one that is tempted by another person or your partner is, I feel like you may not have your life in order in some way, Taurus, and that's affecting all, it's a ripple effect. It's affecting everything. And the reason that I say this is because the Emperor card is about, control and order. I think it should be connected to Capricorn myself, but it's supposedly Aries. It is numbered 4 in the tarot deck, and number 4 connects with Saturn, which is the number of order and discipline. And so you may feel like something is awry. I do feel astrologically that this has to do with the influence of Uranus right now and Jupiter in the past, because Taurus, you have a self-indulgence drink. By the way, I have Taurus rising. So I'm not saying this out of school here. Taurus people can be hedonists, actually. You may be in love with the 5 senses. You're ruled by Venus, okay? And Venus is not only love, sensuality, just all of those things that, the sensations of the material world. So, yeah, you could be, even though you're a fixed sign, you're supposed to be loyal, maybe this is you. But the point is that it might be that your life feels unmanageable, so you're trying to you're kind of like doing whatever it is that you can to try to make things work. Or that's not a good way of saying it. Acting out is probably the truth. Uranus is this planet of kind of, I don't know if I'd say chaos, but definitely unpredictability. So your life may have been taking wild, unpredictable turns in the last however many years, 7 years or so. And for Taurus, this has been to stretch you because that gives you those growth opportunities. You tend to be very much a creature of habit. So this may have gotten you out of your comfort zone, but by the same token, it can feel discombobulating. So suffice it to say, this is one of those things where you may want to or need to stabilize yourself instead of being out of control, because that's what this can be about. And who knows, maybe this is like this reckless affair that is threatening your relationship. And instead of trying to either fix your relationship or just kind of say goodbye to it, you may be just acting out because you want to. I think sometimes it's an excuse, like a person's in this type of mood and they're like, oh, screw it, I'm going to go whole hog and just do it. Oh, yeah, look at this. What's coming in? The Tower. The Tower is, you see the lightning bolt, and that's actually connected to Uranus, and the ruler of Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius is Uranus, one of the rulers besides Saturn. Uranus, which is that tower moment, but it can be a breakthrough in some cases. But there might be a situation where if you're pushing the envelope, or even if the other person is pushing the envelope and they're doing something that is outside of the relationship, that it will come out. And it could be very messy if the person involved doesn't take ownership of what they've done. Yeah, it could be kind of messy. It might not be very pleasant, but it will be a release because it's a long time coming. So it's got one side that's a little bit not so great, but it has a side that might be a little bit better. And then we have the outcome, which is the Judgment card. So I don't, even though this is for the month of July, I don't feel like my tarot readings are very, in alignment with time. They seem pretty grandiose. But the Judgment card can be a card of rebirth. That can mean that something comes out, like somebody is cheating, and yet it helps the relationship. Yes, that can happen. That can definitely happen because the two parties are forced to deal with what has been eating away at the relationship, and they have the potential to heal the relationship if both of them want to do it. That's the key. Both have to want to do it. Judgment in some cases could be that somebody calls their lawyer, starts the ball rolling to get divorced, or maybe they berate themselves. Why didn't I see this coming? What was I thinking to be involved with this person? I heard he was a dog. I heard she was not somebody that was you could trust. But I was really physically attracted to her or him. So it could be on the side of realizing that a relationship is really, I don't know if I don't like the word hopeless, but kind of like that. Or it could be, now we've had this Tower moment, we've kind of cleared the air because we've been forced to. Now we can actually build from the ground up, and we can build it on a firm foundation, a foundation that's based on truth, not half-truths that the moon represents or outright lies, outright deception. So I think it's a good thing. These cards, like I got 4 out of the 6 cards, Taurus, are major arcana. That means that there are major things that could happen within the relationship. So keep that in mind, that this could be a very important, impactful month for you relationship-wise. I'm trying to think if there's anything astrological that is, featured here. And yeah, I don't know. Not that I can see at the moment, maybe down the road. But yeah, so I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. I'm promoting my double astrological readings, an hour of natal chart analysis and an hour of transits for a special price called my deep dive reading. If you like the tarot too and you want all 3 at a reduced price, that's called my whole enchilada. I hope I said deep dive for the other one. Yeah, deep dive for the 2 astrological readings, and then with the tarot, it's a full-length tarot reading. It's called the whole enchilada. I have career readings, love readings, etc., etc. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.